Let me show you how to replace the transmission lip seal when the transmission is leaking oil. Disconnect the washer from the wall outlet. Turn the water faucets off. Put a towel on the floor to catch any water from the water valve and remove the fill hoses. Remove the drain hose from the drain pipe. Secure the drain hose out of the way like this. You could use some empty cans of paint like this to keep the machine above the floor. Just make sure that the machine is steady and it's not going to fall on you. Remove the two belts. Remove the oil cover cap. It could be black or it could be white. Remove the stop lock holding screw and the washer. Remove the stop lock key by wiggling it and pulling it out. Remove the transmission pulley by turning it counterclockwise. And remove the brake rotor bearing. Remove the brake package holding clip. You will need a tool like this to remove the brake package. Make sure that the tool is sitting properly on the brake package. Hold the tool and hit it with a hammer on a counterclockwise direction to loosen up the brake assembly. Then turn it by hand until it's all the way out. Remove the tool, remove the brake package, and remove the radial bearing. Clean the area where the lip seal is located so you can see what you're doing. To remove the seal, you could use this tool, but it costs about $90. Now let me show you how to save $90 by removing it with a screwdriver and a knife. Now you need to be very patient. It's going to take you a little time to remove the seal, okay? Square the tip of the knife until it looks like a screwdriver. Stick the tip of the knife between the seal and the transmission and turn it like if you were opening a can of paint. Go all around the seal doing that until you keep moving it little by little. When the gap between the seal and the transmission is big enough, switch to a screwdriver. When the gap is big enough, see if you could grab it with a pair of pliers and turn it around to loosen them up. Now be careful, you don't want to mess up the shaft, okay? Nice and easy. Use a small screwdriver again to see if you could move it out enough so you could grab it with a pair of pliers and pull it right out. Like this. This could take you 5 minutes or it could take you half an hour. But it's better than spending $90 on a tool that you're going to use one time. If you don't think you could do it like this, then just go ahead and buy the tool. You could use some Q-tips to clean the area where you're going to put the seal on. Make sure you clean it real good so the seal sits in properly. Make sure that you set the seal on the seal installer properly like this. If you set it like this, you could damage the seal when you try to put it in. Set the seal with the seal installer in place like this and turn it a little bit to start it up. The instructions tell you to use the transmission pulley to drive in the seal. Screw in the transmission pulley on the shaft and start turning it clockwise. But they don't tell you what to do if the shaft turns with the pulley at the same time and you can't screw it in. What you need to do is have somebody open the door on the washer and hold the agitator real tight while you're turning the pulley. After you have pushed the seal all the way in with the transmission pulley, turn it counterclockwise to take it right out. If it looks like the seal has been pushed all the way in, grab the installer like this and take it right out. Double check and make sure that the seal is all the way in. If it's not, repeat the previous procedure until it's all the way in. Put the radial bearing in place, and you can put a little grease on it if you like. Screw in the brake package by pushing and turning at the same time. The transmission will turn with it. Just keep turning until you can't turn no more by hand. Set the brake package tool in place, make sure that it's engaged. Turn it by hand as much as you can. Then use a hammer to tighten the brake package. Like this. Remove the tool and screw in the brake package holding clip. Make sure that the brake rotor bearing is on the pulley the right way. To install the transmission pulley, screw it in by turning it clockwise. Turn it until it's all the way in. Turn the transmission pulley clockwise until it feels like the pulley is trying to release the brake, and hold it right there. Install the stop lug about 3/8 to 1/2 inch away from this edge. You should end up with a gap like this. Screw in the stop lug holding screw with the washer. Make sure it's tight, but don't over tighten it or you could break the screw. Install the oil cap. My washer was not leaking oil. I used it to show you how to install the seal. If you're replacing the seal, means that yours was leaking oil, and you will need to clean all this area real good, including the motor, transmission, and pump pulleys. If you could clean the oil from the belts and dry them out, then you could use them. If not, you need to replace them with new ones. Install the belts, the transmission belt first, then the pump belt. Stand up the washer, turn it around and remove the front panel. Lay down the washer on its back. Turn the transmission pulley clockwise until the cover of the transmission is in this position. Remove the 4 screws from the cover and remove the cover. The oil level should be like this, about halfway full. If you only lose a little bit of oil, you should be okay. This is the oil that I use if I need to add a little bit to the transmission. Clean the area real good where the cover goes. Get some former gasket and apply it to it, and apply some to the cover too. Install the cover and secure it with the 4 holding screws. Stand the washer up and install the front panel. Connect the fill hoses to the water valve. Stick the drain hose into the drain pipe. Open the water faucets. Connect the washer to the wall outlet and try it out to see how it works now. That was a way to remove and replace the transmission lip seal.